with Dr. Vanita Zahn.
We've been talking about COVID-19 these past few weeks here on Health Beat, but that doesn't mean the world has stopped, and the needs of our children clearly continue. And that's where Girls on the Go comes in. Sarah Smith-Seiden is the executive director. She's also our guest. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Benita. How are you?
I'm good. And the question is, how are you and all the young women that you are, in a sense, a steward of to make sure that they navigate this world well?
Good. We're good. You know, it's obviously, as it has been for everybody, it's been an interesting spring. We had to cancel our in-person Girls on the Run season with our teams. We had about 25 teams of girls across the Capital Region that were scheduled to compete with us. And I mean, we had to cancel the in-person season, but we were able to pivot with the help of our supporters and our sponsors, and we are producing a virtual season to the best of our abilities.
What is it? I'm sorry, a little bit of a delay. What is it about the running, Girls on the Run, that is so integral to their development and support?
Sure. I mean, I think the program is built around our core values, and one of those is that we need to make sure that we're nurturing the girls' whole health. We need to make sure that we're addressing their physical, emotional, and mental well-being. So keeping them active, we all know that, you know, getting outside on a nice day, moving our bodies, it makes a significant difference in how we're feeling and how we're coping with what's going on in the world around us.
Can any young woman be part of Girls on the Run, or are you targeting a specific group?
Sure. So our program is for girls in 3rd through 8th grade. This spring, we had those 24 teams that had already signed up. We do a season every fall and every spring, and anybody who is interested in bringing Girls on the Run to their school, their community center, their gym. We're looking for lots of diverse sites. We recognize that this fall is going to look very different than a typical season. And so, you know, if there's a church site, a community center that would be interested in hosting Girls on the Run in a virtual or socially distanced environment, we would love to work with them.
Besides the physical activity and getting them moving and the empowerment that comes from running, do you discuss life values, coping mechanisms, skills of that sort?
All of that stuff. So Girls on the Run is focused around social emotional learning. And so that's what our lessons are based around. Right now, I sat on the debrief last week, and we talked about values and what is a value, and the girls sort of sleuth through that, and then they had a really nice discussion about how their values shape their decisions and how things like that are even more important during times like this. So we're really looking at the whole girl, and like you said, values, how to be a good friend, how to be a caring community member, all that stuff are things that we address in our curriculum. And
now you're calling what's going on now GOTHR at home, Girls on the Run at home, and that's got its own sort of parameters.
Yeah, so Girls on the Run at Home was put together when the season needed to go virtual, recognizing that we would need a modified curriculum from what we normally do, because normally we're meeting twice a week in person. And so Girls on the Run International put together programming that could be done from people's homes. It could be done either individually or with a caregiver who is there to do it with them. So it's a different version of our curriculum, but it is just as effective, and it's really making a difference in these girls' lives while they're at home.
You have a YouTube series that they can watch.
Yes.
And?
It's great. I mean, it's different girls, it's different girls, and like I said, their caregiver, whoever's at home with them who wants to participate. There's lots of silly starters so they can get to know each other better during this time. And then there's a physical activity piece, and then there's a debrief where they talk with their caregiver or the team when we get together once a week on Zoom about, you know, what did they learn, and how did those physical activities play into that.
How does one sign up for this? Is there a fee? You know, do you have to join? Do you have to be vetted? How does it work?
Really good question. Yes, there is typically a fee. We're a nonprofit. We provide all kinds of things through that fee. However, Girls on the Run does also provide a substantial amount of scholarship assistance. So we believe that any girl who wants to be a girl on the run should be able to. So we do a lot of fundraising, grants, community support in order to make sure that we can bring this program to as many girls as possible.
And do you have staff that works with the girls, or is this all volunteer or a combo?
Both. We're a staff of 2 and an amazingly dedicated board. And then we've got about 100 volunteers who help us bring this program, when it's live and in person, out into the communities.
Well, it's a wonderful program. You know, I'm a big fan of running. I think it teaches you so much about yourself, and you learn to be reliant and figure stuff out, and that's the underpinning of everything that you do. Sarah Smith-Seiden, the Executive Director for Girls on the Run. And Sarah, just so you and all of our viewers will know, I'm going to make a link. It'll be on the website, the WNYT link spot. So if you want more information, you want to reach out, volunteer, you want to make a donation, you want to get a young woman involved, you can just go to WNYT.com, the links portion. Sarah, thanks so much. Stay well. Great work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate the time.
And thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time.